Please check out this op-ed in the Wall Street Journal. Quote, "Climate change obsession is a real mental disorder." Allysia Finley wrote that, and she's with me now, sitting right next to me in the New York studio. That, Allysia, is provocative. Will you please make the case that climate concern is a mental disorder?
Well, I'm not actually the one who's saying this. A lot of actually progressives and liberals are saying this. You've been actually reading this in the an article in the New Yorker, actually 4,400 words detailing how climate change obsession is essentially an anxiety disorder, and that there are actually new terms for this.
So it's not the hot weather, the severe weather itself. It's anxiety about it that's creating a mental problem.
And that people actually go into these spirals and they just can't stop thinking about, like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen to the world? Maybe I shouldn't be having kids because of their carbon footprint. And these same kinds of phobias and anxieties that, maybe paralyze people in other different realms that is now translating to climate.
So it's dictating policy on the basis of a mental disorder. Is that accurate?
Well, I think what a lot of politicians are trying to exploit this and maybe have it unintentionally engender this kind of anxiety and mental disorder. And they're now saying that, well, we need to translate this into something that's actually proactive. And maybe people should go out protesting pipelines. And that is a proactive way of dealing with their anxieties.
Are you a climate skeptic?
I would not describe myself as I do think that the carbon emissions can contribute to global warming, but I think this has all been blown out of proportion. Look back, the temperatures have risen about 2 degrees Fahrenheit since pre-industrial times, okay? Right? That is not a huge, we can deal with that. We can adapt. There are many ways to adapt, whether to the heat or other kinds of hurricanes. And I think a lot of the climate science is a little bunk, okay? It has been, for instance, the hurricanes. The relationships between hurricanes and global warming and carbon emissions, it's very tenuous. So I'm very skeptical about a lot of the science that people cite to actually, support their positions.
30 years ago, I remember my young son coming home from elementary school and saying how a young girl, had burst into tears because there was a styrofoam cup in the classroom, which at the time was thought to create the end of the earth. Are you talking about things like that?
Well, I think that's exactly what we're seeing. They don't realize there was how many headlines do we have in the last week about proclaiming this is the hottest month on record. We're dealing with a dangerous heat, and people just they think that this is abnormal. But no, we have had heat waves for thousands of years, and somehow we have managed even without air conditioning, right? And so somehow people now view heat as an abnormal sensation or abnormal event when it's not. That is in itself a mental disorder.
This is fascinating. What kind of response did you get when that headline appeared?
Well, I think I got initially, a lot of positive response. Then I got the people saying, well, did you really go to Stanford? You can't be that stupid. A lot of the ad hominem attacks,
You did go to Stanford, didn't you?
Yes.
And you did very well. And you are one of the most provocative writers in American media today. And we thank you very much for being on the show with us. We do appreciate that.
Thanks, Stuart.
Seriously, we really appreciate that.